Hello and welcome to the Crypto Place, your one-stop shop for all your crypto needs. This video is a detailed analysis of a crypto asset which my analysis indicates has huge upside potential. Please note that I am not a financial advisor. This video should be viewed for educational and entertainment purposes and as such does not constitute financial advice. Please do your own research and be the maker of your own destiny. This is only my second video, so you can probably guess this is certainly not a sponsored video. If you're just starting out in crypto, then don't worry. I'm going to be explaining the different terms as I go, and I'll be providing more details at the end of this video for how you can get started and take advantage of this mega deal. I might mention the occasional word in passing without explanation, but if that's the case, that term isn't necessary for your understanding, but might add additional value for those more familiar with the space. So let's start with some of the terms. Liquidity. This is a term for describing how quickly and efficiently it is to sell one coin for another. Bitcoin, for instance, has a lot of liquidity, with a large number of people willing to buy as the price drops, and a large number of people willing to sell as the price increases. Our next term, exchange. An exchange is simply something which facilitates those buys and sells. This could be a pawnbroker buying your physical gold coin, but this would be inefficient because you would lose a large chunk of the gold's value in the commission they take. Ordinarily, exchanges take place from an order book of buys and sells. For example, you could purchase a sell order somebody else has made, who is waiting for their order to be filled. Or you might specify a price you're willing to buy at, and the reality is this price may never come. Additionally, this can be rather inefficient on the price. Let's take an example. Let's say MyCoin. I've made MyCoin up, so please don't try and buy this fictional asset. Let's say you are trying to acquire 1,000 MyCoins. There are only 100 coins being sold at $1, 400 being sold for $1.25, and 500 sell orders at $1.50. This means you would pay $1,350 in total, 35% more than the $1 price it started out at. This is called the slippage. If this was the one and only place you could buy this coin, that isn't so bad. After all, it now has a price of $1.50. But the reality is there will be competing exchanges out there which will likely now have a lower price. So we can see that this example was inefficient for the buyer and would likely lead to a poor user experience. On a DEX, a decentralized exchange, something called a liquidity pool is utilized. This is where people initially supply an equal dollar value of 2 tokens. Doing so, they no longer hold these coins individually. Instead, they own a proportion of the total pool. As people buy and sell between these tokens, this cuts off a slice of whichever token is being sold and replaces this with the other coin. This means that the makeup of the pool changes over time. You might start with 200 token 1 and 500 token 2 and end up with 220 token 1 and 400 token 2. As more people buy token 2, this change is reflected in the price of token 2 going up relative to token 1. A small amount of fees are charged for this service, which is passed on to the providers of the liquidity, so the proverbial pie is getting bigger, which you own part of. As a quick aside, there can be a downside of providing liquidity known as impermanent loss, so only do this if you're aware of the risks. If a DEX has a small amount of liquidity, then the price will go up more than a pool with greater liquidity. Therefore, the user will not get a good deal and will likely take their business elsewhere. It was Uniswap who created the concept of a liquidity pool. However, this has become the go-to approach for decentralized exchanges. Last month, Cardano successfully launched their smart contracts update, a massive achievement which makes the likes of decentralized exchanges possible on the Cardano network, along with many other things. One such project creating a Cardano DEX is SundaySwap. In my opinion, this project has solid fundamentals, great marketing and visual aesthetics, demonstrated on a live stream where they completed a live swap within a test environment. So let's take a brief look at the background which led up to this project. An IDO, initial DEX offering, is where people pay an initial price for a new coin before it is launched on the open market. On the Cardano network, the utility token is ADA, which is used to pay fees and as a general medium of exchange. You are able to stake your ADA to a pool in order to accumulate rewards, which can be thought of like earning interest on your savings account. Unlike some other staking models, your ADA is not locked up, so you can withdraw them or switch your staking pool at any time. SundaeSwap came up with the concept of an ISO, initial stake offering, bridging these two concepts together. People stake their ADA onto a SundaeSwap pool, and the ADA rewards you would ordinarily earn instead purchase you a new coin. Again, this is before this new coin has launched on the open market, hence the initial in both IDO and ISO, initial DEX offering, initial stake offering. The Cardano community are said to have diamond hands, as they generally don't like letting go of their ADA, and consequently have really got behind the idea of an ISO, because you don't risk your ADA. Again, you retain total ownership of your ADA and are free to sell or switch to an alternative staking pool at any time. Looking at where SundaeSwap stand on social media, they currently have around 137,000 Twitter followers. This is over 4 times the next largest Cardano DEX competitor, being ADAX, with around 33,000 followers. SundaeSwap was already looking at being a real contender for being the top decentralized exchange for Cardano. But there are 2 changes which I believe actually make this more likely. Firstly, as an improvement to the original plan, the SundaeSwap rewards you earn will be in addition to the ADA rewards you would ordinarily earn. This maximizes the potential decentralization of coins among the people holding ADA and gives them a stake in the success of the project. So the user base of Cardano will have an incentive to use SundaeSwap opposed to other DEXs. CardStarter is an insured launchpad of projects for the Cardano network. They have been launching projects on the Ethereum network, so projects can quickly migrate once they are ready. Although smart contracts are now live, it's expected to take about a month or so for this migration to occur. Remember, without sufficient liquidity, the DEX would result in a poor user experience, with users paying above the going rate. There is about $350,000 of liquidity between the CardStarter projects currently, these being Cards, C3, Giro and CSwap. As CSwap is the sister project to CardStarter, part of this deal is to provide this liquidity to the SundaeSwap pools and future projects CardStarter launches. This is the starting point, as SundaeSwap will be incentivizing people to add to their pools as compared to competing exchanges, who will also be incentivizing people to add to their liquidity pools. However, they will have to start from 0 initial liquidity. SundaeSwap will therefore benefit from first mover advantage and be the go-to for people wanting to trade on day one by minimizing the slippage of users' token swaps. So, price predictions. In order to make a prediction, it makes sense to consider what comparable DEX projects have achieved on other networks. Market cap is the term for the total value of coins, based on the price and the circulating supply. So if the price is $1 and there are 1 million tokens in supply, this would be a $1 million market cap, even if there will eventually be 2 million coins in the future. The value of a DEX token is limited by the value of the network it is on. As an extreme example, with a utility token like ADA being a medium of exchange, you could not convert 110% of this to tokens on that network, like SundaeSwap. If there was really such a huge demand for a token, people would purchase ADA in order to acquire the SundaeSwap. This would push the price of ADA up and in turn transfer a proportion of that increase onto SundaeSwap. So, let's look at the all-time highs of these DEXs relative to the networks with which they reside. On the Ethereum network, the number one DEX is Uniswap. Uniswap reached an all-time high of 5.9% of Ethereum. PancakeSwap reached its all-time high of 7.3% of Binance Smart Chain. So, let's take the average of 6.6%. Given Cardano is just getting started with smart contracts, this is a little like valuing a computer manufacturer based on zero sales, when they have a working product and large queues of excited customers forming outside their shop, camping out for launch day. Many in the industry think that ADA will reach an all-time high of $10 within the next year. At around $2.20 currently, this would be a multiple of more than 4x. Since we cannot be sure that ADA's all-time high will coincide with Sunday swaps, I think $5 is a conservative estimate. Because the initial circulating supply has been stated as between 15 and 20%, I estimate that 30% of the supply will be in circulation by the time of the peak. Based on the estimates of 6.6% from before and assuming this 30% circulating supply, this would mean a price per coin of $18 for SundaeSwap. Officially, they have announced 3 ways in which you can acquire SundaeSwap, none of which are yet available. Firstly, the ISO, once this is live. 5% of the supply will be up for grabs for those staking ADA over a period of 5 weeks from launch, so 1% per week. Secondly, you could provide liquidity. It is not known how much will be up for grabs via this method, but will presumably be a permanent fixture which reduces in rewards over time. Thirdly, you can simply buy it. The price is unknown, but it has been stated that this will be determined by the market. However, there is another possible way you could acquire a stake in the future SundaeSwap ecosystem. Recall the merger of CSwap and SundaeSwap I mentioned earlier. The teams have been very quiet on the details due to legal considerations, so they can't specify how current CSwap holders will benefit from this merger. In fact, watching their Ask Me Anything video, it's quite funny how they have to modify their language, such as CSwap needing to be referred to as a voucher now, rather than a coin or token. But reading between the lines, it seems highly likely that CSwap holders will be given SundaeSwap tokens at some ratio. Speculation of this possible ratio is rife within the CSwap community, but what has been stated is that CSwap holders will gain significant value within the SundaeSwap ecosystem. 1-to-1 seems to be the ratio most people think will come. However, I will take a ratio of 6.7 to 8 as my conservative estimate, so 84%. This is based on the 6.7 cent CSwap and 8 cent SundaeSwap price points originally stated by the teams prior to the merger, before they changed their tune, presumably due to SEC regulation concerns. I know that to a lot of CSwap holders, anything less than a 1-to-1 is heresy, so please forgive the conservative nature of my prediction. As a holder of this voucher myself, the higher the ratio, the better as far as I'm concerned. So applying the 84% to my price prediction gives an inferred future valuation of $15 for a CSwap voucher. With it currently trading on Uniswap for around 20 cents, this would represent a potential 75x multiple. Often, instead of giving out all of the token at once, tokens are released gradually over time. This avoids suddenly flooding the market, leading to a negative influence on the price. In my opinion, this is a high likelihood for the CSwap voucher conversion, particularly if this is on the higher side of the rewards ratio. So bear this in mind, as you might not have your full supply of tokens available when the price peaks. Looking at timelines, SundaeSwap will not achieve a valuation like this overnight. I would certainly expect a significant pump in the price upon launch, but it's going to have to go through the standard process of an appreciating crypto asset. Pumping up, correcting down a bit, consolidating before pumping up again, and repeat. That's just the nature of the beast. So, how long did it take similar projects? The 2 examples I gave of Uniswap and PancakeSwap both reached their all-time high after 7 to 8 months, so you should bear this in mind. You need to be patient with these things and take profits on the way up. If something 10x's from your entry point, take a bit of profit, because after all, there are always risks and uncertainties. So let's understand a bit more about these risks. The risk Cardano runs into problems. This is looking highly unlikely at this stage. Their latest upgrade to smart contracts has gone very well, which has proved a lot of the naysayers, doom-mongers and ghost whisperers wrong. So a very low risk, I would say. The risk SundaySwap runs into problems. From what I can see, it's a strong team. They actually demonstrated their product within a test environment and are being hyper diligent when it comes to the legal side. Unnecessary effort if it was a rug pull scam, and shows they are vigilant to the broader challenges. So again, I would say this is unlikely too. The risk of an early Bitcoin peak. As a driver of the crypto market more broadly, it's possible this could cut the legs off the full potential of this bull cycle. I think this is widely considered to be a fairly low risk too, but were this to happen, you might need to take a long-term view of this investment and wait for the next bull cycle in around 4 years' time. So, those are the main risks I can think of. Low in my opinion, but please do your own research and make your own assessment thereof. If you're just starting out in the wonderful world of crypto and you want to take advantage of this mega deal, then please sign up to Swissborg, link in the description, in order to purchase ETH. Swissborg is a great platform, and if you do sign up with my link, we both get a reward of up to €100, though it's usually around €5 from what I've seen. After that, you just need to find a YouTube video of how to use Uniswap and use the contract address provided in the description to buy the voucher. 2 quick warnings about scams. Firstly, you should always check the contract address anyone gives you online, be this in chats or YouTube videos like this one. So what you want to do is you always want to check the contract address on either CoinGecko.com or CoinMarketCap.com. Secondly, please ensure that the Uniswap link you use is app.uniswap.org, which can be validated with a quick online search. If you have any questions on any of this, then please comment below and I will get back to you. That way, other people can see these questions and responses, so you're potentially helping other people out too. It's been a lot of work putting this video together. I'm just starting out producing these videos, so it could really do with your help and support. So if you appreciate what I've put together, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, comment your thoughts below, share this on your socials and with your friends, talk about the channel at the pub or at the bus stop, anything to help spread the word. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been The Crypto Place.